I work primarily with undergraduate students. I teach two courses. The first one is the first year inquiry course. It's an education or a College of Education course that's required for all first year students to take in their first semester. It's a 4-credit writing intensive course where students look at the question, how can one person make a difference? And one of the exciting parts of this class is that we have a common book. The current book that we used last year and we're going to use again in the fall is called Just Mercy. It's by Brian Stevenson, and it's a look at, is there true justice being done, especially for those people who are placed on death row in states where there still is a death penalty. And it's a very powerful experience. So we look at, in this first year inquiry course, we spend quite a bit of time together. It's a class of about 32 students, and we look at big issues, major issues that are happening in society. And it's a writing intensive course, which means that students are required to write a minimum of 15 pages that are involved in the writing process. So we meet for writing conferences and work with students' writing skills. That's one of my favorite classes to teach. It's a very challenging course for the instructor because we're dealing with a lot of material, and some of it's on the fly when we find things that are going on in society today. But I love teaching it. The other class that I teach is a presentations at work class that is offered here in Family Social Science. Nearly every major here at the university requires some kind of public speaking course, and that is essentially what presentations at work is about. It's related to the types of talks you would have to give if you were working in a variety of fields. We designed this class last year to focus on students who are majoring in family social science, youth studies, or other majors that are related to human development. Yeah, this is my 22nd year of teaching here at the University of Minnesota, and I prefer to teach undergraduates, first and second year students over graduate students or even upperclassmen. And the reason is because I love seeing how they experience the university through their eyes. I have worked at the university for a long time. I have enjoyed it. If you were to ask anybody what my classes are like, my colleagues would say, oh, it's all about the students. That's all she talks about is the students. I put my students first, and I'm very interested in what students have to say. And I never leave a semester without being surprised. I love how 18 and 19-year-olds understand the world, or they see the world.
What do you think are some of the benefits of that first-year experience curriculum, since you've been involved in that too?
Well, I've been involved with the first-year experience for 10 years. I was one of the first coordinators of it, and our goal was to try to engage students early on to improve retention and graduation rates, and it's been an incredible experience. Other colleges at the university have a first-year experience, but I do not think they have the same experience in the classroom because our instructors are much more engaging. We take best practices for teaching. We use a lot of educational technology, and I think we challenge students in a different way that many other first-year instructors do not do. One of my personal passions is working with refugees and refugee resettlement. Some of my close friends in high school were refugees who had just arrived in Minnesota, in rural Minnesota, and to see how they grew and came to know American society really was powerful to me. I have done a lot of work with refugees, a lot of it, volunteer work. A group of friends and I have adopted two refugee families in the last 4 or 5 years, where when they are coming to the United States, we work with the resettlement agency here in Minneapolis, and we meet the family at the airport. But before they come, maybe 2 weeks before they come, we start collecting everything that they would need to have a 3-bedroom apartment from the beds to the furniture to even the groceries. And it's a great way to use our network to make people aware of what really it's going to be like for a refugee family that's going to be resettled. That's probably my favorite, one of my favorite things to do. I do a lot of volunteering, but that is one area. My passion, I've been a teacher so long, and I've done a lot of teacher training with international students here, graduate students here. But one of the things I've done in the last 10 years is I've gone to Mozambique in Southeast Africa 10 times and have done teacher training there. And it's a very powerful experience. I haven't been there for about 5 years, but we still communicate by Skype, which is great. And a lot of the people I'm working with there have 6th, 7th grade education, and they're teaching high school or elementary school. And for many of them, they will never be able to go to college. So for me, it's a great experience to be able to do this teacher training and do workshops. And the university and the college has been very helpful in supporting me in going as well.